Hello. I have a new microphone that I bought, some kind of a clip-on thing that I'm trying out. I do not know if it's going to work or not because I'm trying to follow these tiny little directions. But I do want my sound to be better, so I'm trying something out. Anyway, um, it looks like it's on and everything. So, you know, anyway, if it's working and I sound good, then let me know. If it's not working and I sound like really crappy, then let me know that too. And I did a nice drawing the other day, and I decided to just add a little bit of color to that. And yes. Where's my eraser? I am going to just kind of do a little bit of adjusting. And this water here, we're going to make that a little bit more like, like the water is flowing in onto the beach. We love water and we love the water flowing onto the beach. And we love beaches. Beaches are beautiful. It's going to give it a little bit of white. Excuse me. Okay. I do have some water, which I'm going to drink now. And I happen to bring a little liquid encouragement tonight. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Maybe you can guess. Mm, yeah. Let me know if you can hear me and if the sound's any better than it has been before. That is if you have listened to my stream before. Also, I found out that my watercolor palette is metallic and gorgeous. Not only has one side, let me make this a little bit taller here, and two sides, but you can also take the middle part out and you have this whole other spot for your watercolors. However, my table is crowded, so we won't be using that. But one thing I like to do with my watercolors to start is to spray a little bit of water on them to kind of get them a little bit ready. That way, when I decide to use them, they're kind of already primed. And primed is good because that is something you know, you gotta prime shit stuff. Excuse me. It's my liquid encouragement. Woo! All right, I've got some water here in my little fish bowl. No fish though. Make sure you do not put fish in your water dish. I'm not sure they'll like it. And also, for some reason, let's see if I can get you down here again. Ooh, we have horns. And for some reason, I don't know why that is. I always wind up putting some kind of horns on these ladies. This is kind of a walking mermaid. I'm not really sure what that is about. I'm sure there's like some kind of like a deep meaning of what horns could mean. So I'm just going to make it into more of a weird little crown. Yeah. And we're going to put a few little jewels there. And they're going to be funky jewels. And we've got her pretty eyes. And I put a few little beads around her waist. We've got a little bit of fun shapes, and of course her behind and her back, which goes up behind there. So we're just gonna add some water tonight. Cooper Barra, I can hear you. Oh, awesome. Nathan Nathan Eaton. Oh, hey guys. So good to see you here tonight. Thank you so much. Um, you can hear me. Does it sound like I'm using a microphone or does it sound like I'm using a plain sound cell phone? Because I'm trying out this new really awesome cell phone microphone thing. And I tried to do this like horizontally, but it didn't go that way. So I'm just going to show you some colors here of what I'm choosing. I got my brush wet, and as you saw, I did prime. I did prime my magnetic. Oh my goodness, my liquid confidence is very confident. It's metallic. Yes, not magnetic. That'd be cool if paints were magnetic, wouldn't it? I mean, it just draw people to them. And I think I'm just going to use a nice light metallic green. It's a beautiful color. Not sure if you can see it very well, but oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's this gorgeous green. And I am going to put it right up around where highlights would be on her scales. 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 Oh hey. Oh my gosh. Hey, Cat. Hi, Cat. You are loved and important. You are beautiful in your own way. Spread positivity. You never know what others are going through. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Oh, you know what, Kat? That is so, so very true. I can't even tell you how right you are. And everybody goes through kind of their own thing, and everybody has to learn lessons, I suppose, on how to deal with their life challenges, right? Rich, hey Rich, how are you? And by the way, Kat, you have a blessed and wonderful day yourself. I appreciate you in your comment here in my stream. And this color is really pretty. I'm not sure if you can see the sparkle or not. I'm just going to move it a little bit, but this is going to be really awesome when it's done. And it's just fun. Like trying out metallic colors, you can't go wrong with that. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on her arms here. And I think like mermaids, they have like scales, a lot of scales naturally in their DNA. And mermaids can become, I don't know, they can become like, I don't know, like transform. They can transform into like, I don't know, majestic, maybe scary, maybe fantasy, like, say, like sirens. Sirens can be very scary. I'm going to move this a little closer so you can see it. And we're going to give her some green in her little weird horn crown. Has anyone else ever used metallic paint? Paint, 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 paint. This is my first time. I actually saw someone on YouTube using it, and it was so very inspiring. that I'm like, "I must get that. I must try it. It's so beautiful." And I one day I hope to be as good as the gal that I saw on YouTube. Now we've got kind of like all her light. I'm gonna bring down this is kind of a it looks like hair, but it's more like a I don't know, what would you call an accent. I'm gonna give her leaves some accent up here. Oh, what beautiful magnetic. I keep saying magnetic, but it's actually metallic. Metallic. And rich. How is my sound tonight? Can you notice anything different? I really hope you can. And our palm trees can have a little bit of light green as well. I live in Florida, so I do get to see palm trees like everywhere all the time. I can go I can go to the beach, of course, and see them. And also they're like at the grocery store and they are, I don't know, it's just like seeing palm trees is kind of it's just beautiful. Just a very beautiful and tropical thing that I just love. So we're going to go into her dark colored hair now. And who was it that said they can hear me? Cooper Barrett. Hey, if you're still there, are you an artist? Because I really enjoy talking to other artists. And we're going to go a real dark green down here. Let me pull this over here. I should just take it out of this whole thing, make it easier to move so you can all see it. Um, there we go. And I may or not u- use any of these trays. There are so many on here. It's very versatile. Um, and it was actually pretty inexpensive. Like it was, I don't know, like $7. Of course, I had a coupon, but I'm going to go ahead and put some very, very dark metallic green right in the back here. And why is that? Because the sun and the light is coming from the front. And you need to know where the light is coming from when you're painting. I'm just going to throw in a few scales and get a little bit more green. Some nice dark green. Watch this beautiful, beautiful sparkle. Just gorgeous. And just to mix it up a little bit, I'm going to put some teal, a little bit of teal. You can call it whatever else you like, but I'm going to say teal. Look at that water just kind of flowing around like that. It's just fun to watch it move around. And our teal is going to kind of go in the middle. Put a little bit of dark here. And let me grab a little more teal. And if you'd like to add anything, please feel free. Rich, the audio is so much better tonight. You sound great. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this weird little microphone thing I got is working. I'm so excited because my videos, if you've watched them in the past, can or cannot be heard very well. I'm not sure what color I have on there right now, but I'm gonna throw some of whatever I have. Okay, look at that beautiful green or teal. I'm gonna throw some of that right into the water. I think teal is a beautiful watercolor or color for water. I remember when I lived in Seattle years ago, I'd only lived in the, stayed in the United States. I had never really seen outside of the US or even all of the states in the US. So, what I did finally was one day I went and visited Hawaii on Maui. And this was long before they had that awful, dramatic, traumatic, unspeakable, horrible fire that wiped out and burned up an entire city of Lahaina, which I was fortunate enough to visit before all of that happened. Um, and tragedies, it'll strike everyone anywhere. Now, I want to put a little bit of blue down here, a little bit of, I'm thinking maybe some metallic type of silvery. I think it's a blue. I do think it's a blue. Let's put a little more water in there. All right. So I have one person watching me. Thank you for one person watching me. And it's probably myself because I have me on another, whoops, wrong one, on another channel. And before I feel like too unself confident, oh, look at that beautiful color. That silvery blue is amazing. And I've actually never done a painting in just pure metallic colors. And it is probably better that you use a a regular water paint below it before you, should I say, just use these type of colors. I'm going to use this pretty dark green here. They all have names. I'm going to have to learn their names just to let you know. And once I learn their names, I will be using them. And I'm not sure if it's going to matter or not, but at least I will know what they're called. There we go. Let's get these little palm trees going. I think also one of the fun things in life is to just put up a hammock. You can do it between two palm trees. You can put up some wood. They have some that you can just buy. I don't know. They're on these metal things, and you can just set them up in your yard. No trees required. There we go. All right. Now you can see she does have quite a bit of, I don't know, is this too bright? Can you see this all right? For me, it's hard to tell because I'm looking at it from one angle where the camera is seeing it from another angle. Now, on her leaves up here, I'm going to put a little bit of darker, not too dark, but not teal, but some type of green. I'm trying to figure out which one I would like up here. I think color is one of my favoritist things. Yes, favoritist is a word. The And I like favoritist. What color did I just put on here? Yeah, I just got water. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of what was it? Oh, yes, green in her. I think I'll just use like a moderate type of, excuse me. There's like this dark greenish tealish kind of color. Can you see that? Right here. And it's starting to get around there. There's not a lot of water on it, but that's okay because I don't really want it to spread out too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit right in here on these leaves. You can make leaves any color. In my mind, for some reason, I can't get it out of my head that, ooh, leaves are green, but they are yellow and blue and so many different colors. I'm gonna get this nice dark color too that I've been using for leaves, but I'm adding more water and we're just gonna give her a little bit right up here, kind of like a half sleeve. Like, I guess if a mermaid could have tattoos. I don't know how a tattoo artist would work underwater, but that might be something fun. I'm just gonna poke her a little bit of dark color here, and then right here we've got a little bit more green, and we're gonna give her uh, her beads. I'm gonna call them her beads. Can you see that? Oops. It looks good. You're still watching. Oh, thanks, Rich. You're so cool. And I'm happy to learn that this audio is working. I'm not sure how much the battery is charged because I just opened it and I was just so excited to use it. And I'm trying to only stream for half an hour tonight. Usually it goes 2 hours, but I think 2 hours, you kind of lose interest. I lose interest in myself after that long. I don't have to ADD at all. Okay, maybe teeny bit. Now let's give her skin some color. I think, what color would a mermaid's skin be? Let's think about this. Ah, we have all of these beautiful colors to pick from. And this is kind of, I don't know, kind of a pinkish. Do we want to go pinkish? We could go orangish. And or we could go whatever these are. But I think whatever this one is, I kind of like it. So I'll use that for like a highlighty color. Give it a little bit of, oh, you can watch those sparkles come right to life. Do you see that? And we're going to give her a little bit of sparkly highlight just where the sun would kiss her skin. There's nothing better than sun-kissed skin. My liquid confidence is kicking in. All right. Starting out streaming can be very intimidating. I have some beautiful, gorgeous paintings that I've made, or painted, I should say. And it takes a while to paint a very beautiful painting. It's not like something you can do in half an hour. Like Bob Ross, he was amazing because he could do a whole painting in, I guess he did like a half hour, but it was just trees and mountains and lakes and happy little mistakes and things like that. So he was able to do that. And I can do that also. And when I lived in, um, ooh, she looks silvery. When I lived in Seattle, there were so many trees. And I just really enjoyed painting the landscape, the beautiful trees, the beautiful mountains with the snow caps on them, the rivers, the greenery, the foliage. It was just amazing. And ooh, here we go. This is a beautiful coppery color. And she does have earrings on, so we're just kind of going to go around those earrings. Give her a little more line on her back and her behind. And where else do we want to see some awesome? I'm going to turn it. Look at that shine. Can you guys see that shine? MacGyver, I love your art. Oh my gosh, MacGyver, I love you. Thank you so much. I really need that encouragement. I think every artist, no matter how talented or not talented they are, always needs some reassurance or validation of whatever it is they're painting because artists are their own worst critics for real. For real. Actually, if you guys want to stick around, I will show you one of my paintings, my oil paintings that I did. And I'm not sure if anyone would have the patience to watch it. I I have done quite a few in fast motion or hyperspeed or whatever you want to. Ooh, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous copper. Oh, gorgeous. And I want to design some clothes with these colors. I think I'm going to use a light. Let's see, that copper's so pretty. Should we put some kind of counteract that green? Yeah, I think we should. Lots of water and very gently, we're going to add this color to her waistline. MacGyver, how are you? How have you been? Bum, bum. Nathaniel Eaton, hello. Like your bunny, if I didn't already say hello. Oh, what have we got? I think like this is gonna be like a little in my mind, I create things as I go. I It doesn't matter how old you get. Some people, they are young or they're old, but you're whatever you want to be. Yeah, look at that. It looks like a little hallway back there. I must have drawn a little hallway. But age is relative. For instance, I'm only 35, and I have been for the last 30 years. No, wait, that's not right. 25 years, something like that. But, with that experience comes more experience. Does anyone have some experiences they'd like to share, maybe? Of anything? Maybe your artwork, like, have you ever done artwork and it became successful or you won a prize or a contest? That kind of thing? I'm gonna try to move this over. Well, you can't really see me going back and forth because I don't want to block my Gale, but I am using quite a bit of this color here. It's kind of a coppery, Sean Connery. And ooh, I got blue on me, but I'm gonna use that down here. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't like to waste paint. And you can always make something out of your paint colors. That is for sure. We're just giving her a little bit of scales, and scales are a good thing. You don't want to really, when you're painting, you don't want to have all solid one color. I think the more colors you have and the better you can blend them is more interesting to the eye, as is my secret liquid confidence. And I am drinking water as well because you don't want to get dehydrated. If anybody drinks alcohol, it is always really good to have your water around to balance it out, as well as coffee. Coffee is very dehydrating. And so every cup of coffee you drink, you should have a couple cups of water to balance it out. Mm, yes. All right. That was our health lesson. Now I'm going to add some beautiful darker teal. And one thing I do like to do is keep my watercolors wet and I just spray them a little bit so they're ready when I want them to be ready. And you can also spray your paper if you like the wet on wet kind of thing. And that is helpful too. It's a little spray bottle. It's really awesome. And okay, I'm trying to hear myself. So, MacGyver, how is your gaming going? I know Jang's got some really good new games coming out that he's been playing. I almost want to play. And I think if I could play, and I had time and all the equipment, I probably would. Right. And we're gonna use some of this beautiful, beautiful gold here. It's very metallic. I don't know. Can you see it? It just kind of swirls around. It's very mesmerizing. All right. And yes, I am moving my camera quite a bit. So I apologize for all that. No, she's wearing like gold beads. Horizon Black. I love those paints. Oh, really? Have you used them before? Oh, that's exciting. For me, this is the first time really, and I'm just getting used to it. Checking them out. And do you have a preference? You don't use them, but they are so pretty. Oh my gosh. Yes, aren't they? The first time I saw someone using them, I was actually like so mesmerized. It's like I must have those paints. Anything glittery. I think I am a true mermaid. That at heart. I do love the water. I love the ocean. I love the sea creatures. I even got like scuba certified. Now, here in Florida, I thought, oh my gosh, if you're scuba certified, that is going to be amazing. But I'm going to have to tell you a story about that. I went, I think it was like my second dive after I was certified. And I went on this awesome dive with a group of other divers. And we went down, and the water was so, what do you call it? It was just, the visibility was not there. So we all had to hold on to a rope so we didn't lose each other. And uh, because you couldn't see, maybe like me, maybe 3 feet past, 3 feet, maybe 3 feet past in a distance. That was about it. So, very coppery. I like that. Kind of spread it out with some more water here. And I am only using one brush in case anyone's wondering. Until I need a new brush, I'm going to just use this one brush. 'Cause one of the things I enjoy is just seeing how much I can do with one brush. It's kind of like a challenge, I guess. So, Horizon Black, what do you like to do? Do you have I don't know, what do you call it? Like a hobby or something like that? I'm gonna lighten this up just a teens. Put a little color in her face. And I'm going to grab a little color from her neck because you can see how dark that is, the shadow. And I'm going to just use that color, darken around her face. 'Cause I don't really want too much paint, but I definitely don't want this dark a color here without having, kind of a darker color right around where her nose is and, other places. And Horizon, you are an artist? Oh, that's wonderful. A writer and a game designer. Oh, how fun is that? What kind of things do you like to write? I tried writing, um, well, I have actually written some very short children's books. And what color should we do her hair? I think we're going to put a little bit of yellow gold, coppery yellow gold, right? See, let me make sure I can see it here. Oh shit, I forgot where I was going to put it. Oh, look how pretty that is. I think I was gonna put it on her face. Oh, it's very dark. Oh, I was gonna use it for jewels. Either way, my liquid confidence has turned into liquid belligerence. And then the thing about watercolors is once they dry, rich, rich, rich. The copper looks great as a skin tone. Thank you. I wonder if I move this, if it'll be a little, oh gosh, look how dark that is. Never mind. I have one of those round lights, it's a circle, and I'm gonna set that up the next time I stream because I want it to be, easier to look at without too much shine on it like it is right now. Now I'm taking some of this metallic blue and I'm going to just cross right along the horizon, just so. Slowly bring a little bit down here and there, just a bit. And same on the other side. We're going to use some of this dark blue, gorgeous metallic paint on the other side as well. With a nice line demarcation where the water is. And maybe we can shadow her just a teeny bit. Oh, that's so beautiful. One thing about paint is the way the colors mix. So Horizon Black, what kind of writer are you? I'm very curious to know. Writing is imagination, and imagination is originality, and so many people do not have that. Uh, and I think it's very important to have some good originality. Um, ooh, nice and sparkly. It's kind of dark. I apologize for that, but that's all right. Okay. Before I finish the rocks right here, I want to do some sky. And I like working wet on wet. So I'm going to use my little handy dandy spray bottle. And I'm going to get a little bit of a bigger brush, a little bit of, to spread that around. Has it been a half hour yet? Because I'm only going to do this for half an hour tonight. I decided I'm going to paint for a half hour every night and, kind of make it consistent because I have an issue with being consistent. Um, let's see, here's some silvery blue. I'm going to add some of this. We have several colors of blue to choose from. So I'm just going to pick a couple here for our sky colors. And we're going to whoosh it around. Ooh, look at that. It's just going wherever it wants to go. How fun is that? And whoosh. Whoosh is my word. Whooshing. I am whooshing. I'll tell you what, though. I know, like, in order to be famous on YouTube, you have to be very interesting and captivating and keep the attention of people for a long time. But for me, I just like sharing what I do and hoping that eventually other people will enjoy what I share. Yeah, just like that. I'm just using a little bit of water with no color just to kind of blend this a little more. And how about dancing? Does anybody like to dance? Mm. Or you can ask art questions. Please feel free to ask art questions. How long have I been doing art? Where am I from? What is my life like? What is your life like? Now, one of my favorite colors is purple. So right now, I'm getting my brush and some purple metallic paint. And I swear I love this stuff. And my rocks are purple. Rocks aren't brown. Rocks aren't black. Rocks are not gray. In fact, there are so many different colors of rocks. I actually collect them. I call them crystals, and I am a crystal collector. And I believe that they have healing properties. Ooh, look at that gorgeous purple. Ugh, I could do that all day. And along with the purple, what other color would a lady like with purple? Or a mermaid? Can anyone guess? Because I have it ready, and it's very, very saturated paint. And here we go. Oh, what is that? Oh my goodness. Could that be pink? One of my other favorite colors, pink and purple. There we go, darling. Let's make that, let's make that some pink. And I think down here, oh my God, look how sparkly that is. I'm just going to do more of that just because it's so sparkly. And for her gown, we've got the green, we've got the copper and gold. I think after this dries, we can put in some liners. I don't know, like a liner, like a pen or a dark color to just kind of bring out the details. It'd be fun if everything in this world was glowing. I think I've passed my half hour. Okay, now this here is like a little home for someone. And I want it to be a bright yellowy color. And let's see. I have not done all my colors yet. They this metallic, I'm going to bring you over here for a second. See this, these paints came with this what do you call a little chart. Now this one says white, and I'm going to guess that the lowest one down here is white. And this one is bright gold. That would be that one up there. So just to get used to these colors a little bit, let's put, we're going to put a little gold. Can you see that all right? I'm going to put some gold right here. I probably used a little too much water, but that is, as I said before, my thing. However, you can always soak it up a little bit or dab it. You can dab it with a Q-tip. I happen to find some Q-tips that are pink because that's my thing. And I'm going to just kind of dab, 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 dab. And then I'll put on some better color. But that made a beautiful, look at that coppery color. And I'm just going to kind of just run it right across the top here. And nothing happened. So I got rid of some of the water on this brush by putting it on a paper towel and letting the towel soak it up. And I'm going to take a little more gold, bright gold is as it's called. Look how gorgeous. Has anyone ever seen the movie Valerian? And this is aquamarine, so we're going to put a little aquamarine here. Move this over here so you can see it just a little better. Yes, we're going to do a little aquamarine to kind of see this color. Actually, I think I should just do a separate video on this, but that is beautiful. So let's take this, and I think I'll do a separate video, maybe tomorrow night, on the beautiful colors of metallic paint. back to our painting. And let's see, what do we want? I'm just throwing some more teal around here. And our sky, I'm doing wet, 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 wet. And I'm just going to take some sky colors and just kind of let them flow where they want to flow. So here we go. The wonderful thing about watercolor is it just spreads around. And I'm going to have a little lighter group. Let's see, this is a blue. So I think the lightest blue, I don't even have a light blue, but I think we're going to say the sun is setting. So I'm going to use this like a yellowish color as I look at the chart. One, two, three. Wait, a four. One, two, three, four. The fourth color on here is going to be yellow pearl. And I think that's very, very pretty. Yellow pearl. And we're going to put this yellow pearl kind of like a sunset thing. I have a little too much water on there, and that happens with anybody that paints. Just going to take a paper towel and give that a little blot. Then I can put some more of my yellow sunsetty colored paint right down here. Now, it doesn't look too sunsetty, but it will in a moment when I put my sunset color in it. And we're going to call that sunflower. Sunflower sunset. Here we go. One of the things I enjoy most in life is a beautiful sunset. You can see them anywhere. And I think one of the most fascinating things that I'd ever love to see in my life would be the aurora borealis. Has anyone ever seen the aurora borealis? All right, let's find. I just used a. No, crap, I forgot what color I just used. No, I don't have ADD. Let's see, what is that? Oh, orange. Okay. I guess this orange. It must have been this orange right here. So we're gonna get that. And why do I want orange? Because when the sun sets, it has so many beautiful colors. It's got orange, it's got reds, blues, purples, greens. And I found out when I moved to Florida that there's a thing called the green flash. Has anyone ever heard of the green flash? The green flash is something like as soon as the sun, there's like a little bit of sun in it, it goes right down, and as soon as that happens, there's a green flash. Not everyone has been able to see it, but it's definitely there. Some people say it's a trick on the eyes because as you watch the sunset, of course, you're looking at the sun. So your eyes are going to kind of get this, you know, thing. And then when the sun sets, suddenly, because of the color change and the eyes looking at that bright yellow and the blue coming toward down from this, the dark. It all mixes together. Excuse me, my liquid confidence is making me burp. But anyway, it all comes together and it makes this beautiful green flash. But it's very quick, which is why they call it a flash. And by the way, I wasn't going to tell you what I'm drinking, my secret liquid confidence, but it is called 19 Crimes and it's fascinating. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. So let's do okay, she just looks very glowy. I'm going to give her a little bit of let's say a little bit of reddish hair. We'll call it red ochre. Now let's do a little bit of I'm going to do peach at the top. We're going to go from light to dark. And this is our beautiful peach color, which is reflecting from the light behind her. And on the inside, we're going to do a nice dark, let's say, mm, kind of a dark, we'll say a red brown color. At least that's what the watercolor paint calls itself is brown, red brown. I've got plenty of water on this brush. Oh, it looks like my battery's going dead, which is a sure sign that it is time to pack up this night of fun with metallic colors. Ooh, pretty. I love hair. Now, right there, that is decoration. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to use a little bit of darker, like a red ochre color to kind of really just fill in those blanks. It's always good to have several colors in your hair and actually everywhere because you don't really want to have just one color. Like people will look at clouds and say, "Oh, the clouds are yellow." But are they? Our are A-R-E, are clouds yellow? Indeed, are they? And then right over the orange, we're gonna have just a teeny bit of like a lighter, darker kind of orangey color. Because once the sun starts setting, it starts getting into these beautiful, beautiful colors of lights and darks. We're going to go darker over here. Just kind of bring that over. Does anyone like breaking the rules? I have a thing where I like to break the rules. It's called breaking the rules. Still have too much. Let's see here. Yeah, this is kind of fun, kind of just playing with it and seeing what it's all about. I think her face is too darn dark, but it dried already. So after I do the background, I gotta make this. I gotta make this that light color because it's a little cave. See the little steps? Somebody lives in there, like a little elf or a little fairy or a little beach fairy. And here we go. Let's give it a little bit of brightness, and that's gonna come out just a teeny bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. When I'm done with this, I will put it on a book to flatten it out. Rich, that's oh, you like 19 Crimes. Oh, yes, Rich. Isn't that wonderful? I don't know why. It's not sweet, it's not bitter. It's just kind of a smooth but the funnest thing about 19 Crimes wine is how they have pictures of a criminal on the bottle, and on the bottle, you kind of, um, take there's this, like, a code. You take a what do you call that thing? You know, you put your camera over it, and it's like an app. You download the app, and then after you download the app, you put your camera above the picture of the man who was arrested or woman, and she starts talking. It's the coolest thing ever. Um, when she tells you, "Oh, we did this or that." They even have one with Snoop Dogg, which it was hilarious. You know, who doesn't like Snoop Dogg? I've never heard anyone say, "Ooh, I hate Snoop Dogg," but anyway, it's kind of funny. I haven't seen Martha Stewart yet, thank goodness, because oh god. She stole my saying, and I just wanna tell everybody she stole my saying of, "That's a good thing." Because when I had my hair salon back in Seattle, I'd always say, "That's a good thing." And then all of a sudden, Martha Stewart started saying it, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? That's my saying." She stole it. Of course, she's famous, so they're not gonna know that it was me. Okay, so we've got some really fun I think I'm gonna put some pearl in the sky just above some, like, pinky do you see that? Can you see that color? This, let's put it right here. This pinky kind of, pearly color. I've got it mixed with another color because I didn't rinse my brush out that much. But I like to mix colors sometimes, and so they're not too pure. And sometimes you do want pure colors, but tonight I'm just going to use a non-pure color. And I can't really see this that well because it's on the table, but so I'm going to use that non-pure um, color that I was just showing you. And we're just going to kind of fill in some of these blank spots. Yeah, look at that. We got some green on there. And a little bit of blue. I'm just going to kind of swirl that around. And I'm using a little darker blue color I just found. I think it's called Sapphire. Does anyone know what birthstone sapphire? I can't talk. Sapphire is because I know mine happens to be a diamond. That's my birthstone. And I know several people who have a birthstone of like peridot, garnet. I don't think there's a tiger eye birthstone, but that'd be kind of cool if there was. I'm trying to think of all the different birthstones for all of the zodiac signs. All right, princess. Let's give you a little bit of darkness around you and make you stand out a little bit. And you need dark to show the light. You really do. You can't have all light. You have to learn to love the contrast of dark to light. One thing I always learned in my painting was that I always liked light so much that I didn't use any dark, and my dark became, or excuse me, my light became too light, and without the contrast, you couldn't really notice it. Look at that beautiful, beautiful highlights. And I'm gonna go over this with some really pretty, let's give her shoulder a little bit more light right here. I'm not a patient person, so like you should wait for this to dry or use a blow dryer on it or something like that. But I'm not going to do that because my 30 minutes of painting is now 66 minutes of painting. I'm working on it though. Um, and right now, I think I'm just going to use, I think it's kind of drying here a little bit. And Horizon Black. Good night, Rachel. Enjoy your painting. September is Sapphire. Oh, thank you. Sapphire September. Is that your birthstone by chance? Because that's really cool that you know that. I try so hard to remember like all the zodiac signs, the stones for them, the flowers, if they're, I'm learning about the house, like, when the moon is in the seventh sun and the something is in the seventh house or this, whatever it is. But I'm not good at retaining that type of information, but I find it very fascinating. All right. So this is kind of drawing. The only thing I want to do, I'm just going to spray around the top here in the sky because I'm going to have like a purple over here. I'm going to use a bigger brush just to get some kind of a purpley pinkish color just kind of just flowing through, you know and just to kind of fill in that color, and I'm going to let it go where it wants to go. I think paint sometimes has a mind of its own, and if you don't try to control it too much, it's going to show you that you can make beautiful colors without being controlling, and beautiful pictures and paintings without being too controlling. Now, obviously, a little controlling would be good. I've got way too much water, and that happens. Here's the dark night sky. I'm using a dark, 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 dark blue. And the last thing we'll do, I don't know if anyone's interested or not. Sometimes I love what I'm doing, and sometimes I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is so crappy." But right now I'm just having fun because I like playing with these. These metallic colors are just super cool, and they make things glow. I'm gonna get used to it, and things. I think the paintings will become more and more in depth and striking as I learn to create the to perfect, I guess would be a good word. Uh, Horizon. It is. It is. Oh, I've learned there's more colors. There's lots of colors for sapphire. It's not just blue. There's many sapphire colors, although blue is gorgeous. Is that the color you like to use? Blue? Because I think I think a blue sapphire is one of the most beautiful colors. Let's see. I'm trying to pick a something. Ooh, regular Sharpie. Fine point. How fine point is that? Yeah, that's just going to spread all over the place. All right. I'm trying to find a really nice, actually, ink pen. Ooh, look at that. Horizon Black, I just want to say thank you for sharing your time with me tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you are an artist and a writer, a game designer. I don't know what kind of games you like to desire, but I would love that you design, not desire, but I would love to know, you know, specifically. Okay, I'm going to tear this out, this book, if I can, just because. Oh, shit. Just so people know that learn this from me that tear it out before you paint it so it won't rip. Now, let's see if this will work. It's pretty wet. I want to give these palm trees a little bit more palm tree look. And I love when I first moved to Florida, I would find coconut trees and I would watch them. They'd just be on the ground. So I'd take my bicycle, my GoPro, and a backpack, and I'd go to people like, a lot of people are snowbirds, so they're not here during the, winter months. Wait, no, make that the summer months. And so, there's no one living there, so there's just all these coconuts that just fall on the ground, and so I would go and pick them up, put 'em in my backpack, and one of the fun things I found that I could do is make well, once I got the coconut water out, you have to use a drill. The next thing you do is you wanna, tear off the outside of the coconut nut shell, and the greener they are, the better they are for you. You don't want a brown coconut, I've discovered. How wet that is. I'm drying this with my mouth. Anyone wanna blow on this with me? Help it dry faster. She's so shiny, you can almost not see her, which is why I'm just using an ink pen. This is a Pilot G210 for details. I also have the choice, actually, of using these which I might use them actually. That's a um, Micron pens. This is a 3, and these are really good for doing, like, Zentangle type of art and fine lines. Here's a 1 and a 3. Which one is smaller? We got the 1 and the 3, and I'm just gonna use this brown, paper here. Now this one's kinda dry. So I guess I must have liked 3 because I didn't put the lid on and it's too dry. So our 1 looks like it's okay, but it's very, very fine. Let's see if we have a 2. A 2 is the next up from the 1 with the Micron pen. Ooh, I like that. I think that could work. Yeah. Now let's fix her face. We gotta fix her face. Yes, we do. Fix her face because it's full of gold. I'm not sure with the Micron pen if it's on wet paper, if it's going to, kind of spread. The ink might spread or not. But I'm just gonna put her little earrings in. And this is our mermaid. Oh crap! I gotta plug in. I'm losing power. And I'm using my new microphone that plugs actually into my phone. So I'm not sure how to what do you call it? Plug, oh crap, charge it. Charge the phone at the same time something's plugged to it. Kind of would like my flashlight. If I can find it. Anyway. Oh, whoop. Oh, I had it for a second. It disappeared. There it is. Okay. Flashlight. And I have this little charger here. I'm not sure if it's the same. It looks like a different type of charger. There's another one I have. They should make all the chargers the same. Um, Literally. I mean, it's still silly to have them like a micro difference. Let's see, that one might work. Ooh, that one looks like it actually might work. Let's see if we can plug that in here. So, oh yeah, not losing power. Woohoo, we've got power. And hopefully my video is not frozen because it seems to like to do that a lot. All right, here we go. Let's use our Micron pen. And we got her earrings, and we're just gonna kind of do along her beautiful little face. Beautiful eyebrows and her little turned up nose. Would you like to see that closer? So I'm thinking it'd be easier to see if it was closer. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, baby. Here we go. Closer. And how about if we move it up here so you can actually see it? So I'm going to give her some eyes, eyelashes. You don't want too much of anything, you just kind of want maybe the illusion. And here's her back and the beautiful curve of the spine, which goes right down into the buttocks of the mermaid, who is actually walking right now because she was giving that special gift that when she's out of the water, her tail turns into legs. I remember the last time I took a bath, I could not believe it, but I had a tail appear and my legs disappeared. It was the weirdest feeling. It was like all tingly. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I having a stroke in my legs? But no, I actually had a tail in the bathtub. And not only was it a tail, but it had like this iridescent color. Like I would move it and it would change colors. It was really, really interesting. Let's see. I think I've had this up too high the whole time. Hopefully you can see it better now. Rich. Breaking the rules is the key to creativity. Yes, yes, it is. And what rules? Are there rules? I didn't know there were rules to creativity. I watched a movie last night where this so-called artist was like really, really bad, just painting colors of squares. Like it looked like a window. I thought at first he was just trying to see what colors would look good on his apartment, like around the windowsill and the wall. But it turned out that was his actual art. And I'm like, really? Well, he wasn't making any money, and no artist wanted him in their gallery. They said his art was soulless. Soulless. No soul, couldn't feel anything. And then, his girlfriend broke up with him, moved all his crap out of the house. He lost his job, of course, all in one day. And yes, this does sound like a Hallmark movie, but maybe it was. I don't know. But the point is, his art was terrible. It was not interesting, very, very boring. And as an artist, I was like, okay, really? This is art? And in the end, he took a dish of spaghetti because he was so angry and he threw it. He just threw it at his paintings. And the one paint, and he, next thing you see in this movie is he has art in the gallery all over the walls. And people are in there congratulating him on his awesome artwork collection. And it had like spaghetti stuck on it and meatballs. And I think one of them had like, oh, what was it? Like, oh, Lucky Charms thrown on it. And he was making all kinds of money from throwing food on these painted canvases that he made that sucked before, but now, um, were a big hit because it was different, the texture was different, but it was kind of funny because as I was watching it, I could see like art critics like actually sniffing the canvas and making a funny face. So they could probably smell that spaghetti. Um, I like spaghetti personally, but I don't know if I'd like to have it glued to a canvas on my wall at my house. I think that would be interesting. And he did tape a banana to one of them too. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of that guy that he duct taped a banana to the wall and sold it for gads of millions of dollars. Hmm. Are you with me? Anybody there? It looks like, oh, I've got 6 people and 6 thumbs up. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's her butt, and let's give her some more face and hair, and I'm really seriously gonna call it a night. This is her jewel of her crown. All mermaids should have a crown. And this will go into her hair. I think if you want to paint or draw, you definitely should, because if you let yourself feel the motion of what you're feeling, it becomes art. It becomes art therapy. It becomes a flow. Um, and a flow is very important. It helps relieve stress. It helps you focus on only one thing and not all of the crap you had to deal with that day and, or the people. I find that most people don't like people. And those people have like a group of friends that are like, you know, like really close, your true friends that you can count on, the ones that you can talk to that understand you. Those are the friends they have. And I find myself in that same predicament because I have very few close friends. I have many like acquaintances, I think that's what I'll call them. But I don't have like the true friends, the the ones you can always count on. You can call them, even if you haven't heard from them or they haven't heard from you in years, and you know they're going to be there, and you'll pick up just exactly where you left off. And I think that is the truest type of friend, not superficial, but real. And if you can find real friends like that, then you are very blessed. Blessed. Very, very, very blessed. I'm giving her a little bit more hair down here. Definitely more hair. All right. Is she looking like a mermaid, anybody? Next time I'm going to draw a dragon. I love dragons. I've drawn one before and they're just fun because you can have a dragon of any color, any shape, any form, and it's always going to be a dragon. Good dragons, bad dragons. I personally loved the show. Um, uh, oh God, what was it called? The girl with the dragons and she could ride them from Game of Thrones, but only it was the off season, the off show of like how it began, like how they all had dragons and rode them. And they made the dragons look so real. Okay. I don't know. My light's either too bright or too shiny or something. But like I said, I'm gonna get a better light. I have one. It's just been packed, but I found it. So I'm gonna pull it out. So next time I stream, you will be able to see much better without all this glare. But I'm just having too much fun to stop. So I'm just not going to. And we got our rocks. And down here, which I find special because there's always a secret little house. And right here in this rock is a secret little house with little sea fairies in it. They have little stepping stones and maybe a little bit of beach flowers and definitely seagrass and stones. You have little, little rocks, little pebbles on the beach. Ooh, that's pretty dark. It doesn't matter because I'm going to make it so you can see the um when the water comes in. Oh my goodness, I had way too much liquid confidence. I can't remember anything. But anyway, yeah, maybe you know what I mean, maybe you don't. And if you do, please tell me because I already forgot what I was trying to explain. I just love the ocean. The first time I ever saw the ocean, I was, I don't know, young teenager. I lived in Idaho where there's nothing but water, excuse me, desert, more deserty. And I'd never seen the ocean before. And one day my parents decided to take a vacation to the ocean. And as we were there, we topped, we were driving there actually, and we came over this hill. And all of a sudden, all I saw was blue and gorgeous. And for miles, nothing but blue. And it was a beautiful sunny day. And I fell instantly in love with the ocean, instantly. And then later in life, I wanted to move to Florida to help save sea turtles, which I found you have to get up really early in the morning to do that. And I did have a job, so it was hard for me to get up that early. But one night, I was working late and oh, I think it was maybe around maybe 11:30 at night. I went to the beach determined to see sea turtles. And guess what? I actually did. I looked down and I'm like, what are all these little stones on the beach? There's no rocks on the beach. It's just sand. And I realized those little rocks were moving around. They were like the size of quarters. Just so amazing. And I was like, I'm seeing baby sea turtles. Oh my gosh, my dream come true. Baby sea turtles. And I just like, I think that was like the best day of my life. Yes, I've been married before. Was that the best day of my life? Well, maybe at the time. But right when I had those baby sea turtles um, wandering around, and they were going in the wrong direction because people had their lights on in their homes, which they're not supposed to do. And those poor sea turtles, they find their way and they started going the wrong way. So what I did is what I heard someone else do, and they turned on their flashlight from their cell phone. So I'm like, "Oh, I'll try that." And I did, and instantly, so quickly, those little sea turtles just went straight toward the light. So with my bare feet on the cold, wet sand in the dark of the night, I took my little cell phone flashlight and I headed toward the water. And those sea turtles followed me to the water. And it was so cute to watch them. They're so tiny and the waves are so strong. It's like, how could those little sea turtles, make it in life? Because they have, they're so tiny, they have no strength. And it was just so beautiful. And they did. A few sea turtles. Now, and this is why it's really important. If you go on vacation to Florida or anywhere where turtles meet, please don't dig a hole and leave it because those little babies, they can't get out of that. You really need to think about the environment. Don't leave your trash on the beach. Make sure that if there's any holes or lumps that a little baby turtle the size of a quarter couldn't get through is smoothed out as best as possible. It's fun to bury your friends or your family in the sand so only their head shows. But when you're done, smooth that out so those little baby turtles can hatch and make it safely into the ocean. All right. I think we're going to call it a night because my 30 minutes of art has definitely turned into an hour and a half. So 3 30 minutes. But I've been having fun actually. And I've really enjoyed your comments and stopping in to watch, whether you comment or not. I'm not a person that comments either. I'm always like really too shy. And I'll watch someone and I think they're awesome, but I never say anything to them because I'm very shy about, oh, are they going to answer me? Are they going to like me? Am I going to sound stupid? All these silly things. But for me, there's no silly questions. There's no anything to be worried about because I'm that way. So I'm just gonna sign right down here. Rachel Hogan. And I love to put a heart in all of my signatures. And this year is what is this month? It's December already, and it has been. So I hope everyone's getting ready for Christmas. December, oh my goodness, what is the date today? I think it's the 10th. 10th. I'm going to say it's December 10th of 24. And 25 is coming up. Rich. Wow, I love that story about the sea turtles. Oh, thank you. Um, so here we go. For tonight, this is going to be it. I'm going to stand up so I can see, like, if you can actually see. Now, we can take our pen and we can do more details in the hair, but like I said, I'm very tired. We've gone much longer than 30 minutes, 90 minutes, so 30 minutes. And yes, it's been really fun. And I really, really have enjoyed spending time with you. And we've got these, flowing through the sky. But I want this paint to dry first because it's just going to smear. So I'm going to take time to let this paint dry. And as it dries, once it's dry, we can do all these little details in here. So that's what we are. Mr. Jang, my man. Love you. I love you. Tony, Mom, you could do this for hours, and I think that it would be best thing you ever. Your voice is lovely, as is your art. Pray for the turtles. Awesome. Thank you, Tony. You are the best son ever. You do the best streams. Honestly, you're such an inspiration to me. Now, here's you can see the sparkle of the color. Without my son Tony, Mr. Jang, who is one of the best streamers, if not the best streamers on the planet, he's very good with, um, oh, shoot. Let's see. What's that game you play? I had a little liquid confidence and I'm super tired. Apex Legends, yes. Apex Legends. And He also just found this really cool game, which I like very much to watch, is, I don't know what it's called, but it's got Moon Knight in it from that series, and it's really interesting. There's a lot of oh, there's so much to do in it, and it's so fun to watch. So, really, if you get a chance to watch Mr. Jang on YouTube, please do because you will not regret it. It is an experience, s c complete experience. And yes, Tony, I could do this for hours. Once I get started, it is so difficult to stop. I'm telling you that right now. Um, so yeah, here we go. This is our little mermaid with legs tonight. She's got a little bit of jewelry and she's very happy. And you know why she's happy and smiling? Because you are watching her. And you're watching this awesome stream. And this is what I want to say to you all. I want to thank you very much for watching. And please have a wonderful evening, a wonderful night, or if you're watching from somewhere else, a wonderful day. Whatever you want to have wonderful. And I won't say anything else because I know I'll say something that I shouldn't. But have confidence in yourself, be vocal. If you have questions, don't be afraid to ask, like me. Mrs. Scaredy Cat here. I have two artists that I absolutely love that I've been watching for 10 years, and they actually made something of themselves. Miss Lena Danya is one of them, and I started watching her 10 years ago and trying to stream like she did because she was really funny, interesting, and down to earth. And the other one is oh my goodness, I'll tell you next time because I cannot think of her name right now, but she is amazing, creative, and with her fantasy art, and she has actually developed into realisms that same as Lena Danya. Um, Her art, she likes to paint water and underwater. Very talented lady. Tony, I'm so glad you said hello. I love you so much. It's almost 11 here tonight. I've got to work tomorrow, and I miss you. And Rich, thank you for watching and commenting about the sound because now I know that this little gadget I bought works. Um, you're you're one I can depend on to tell me if it sounds crappy or not. And you said it's so much better. So yes. Now I'm gonna stop this video. It always goes to private. I don't know why. So give me a minute and I'll put it back on to public as it uploads, and you'll be able to watch this again. Probably in fast mode because an hour and a half is a long, unless you're drawing and painting along. But y'all have a great night. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.